Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Pasatyada Satarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Auravata Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Jadavaya Namah Hare Gopala Govinda Ram Srimati Sudha Mukha Karoti Vachala Mangulang Ayate Gurim Yatrivata Mahanande Sri Gurum Nidarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. First, I would like to welcome the Japanese delegation, the yoga teachers, the bhaktas who are here. Please accept our heartfelt welcome. Everybody chant Haribol for them. Haribol! So, today was my second day in Mayapur.
Today was my second day in Mayapur.
After a 1 year absence.
After a 1 year absence.
Due to my health reasons.
Due to my health reasons.
So today I attended a TLVP Exhibition Creative Committee meeting.
Today I attended a TOVP Creative Committee Executive Meeting.
Exhibition meeting.
Exhibition meeting, sorry.
And we had different. I went in the morning for darshan of the deities.
I went in the morning for darshan of the deities.
I went to attend the Mangalarti, but my caretaker said that the big crowds I may get infected, so I shouldn't go.
I wanted to attend Mangalarti, but my caretaker said that there are big crowds and I may get infected, so I should not go.
So, to be able to serve you better,
to be able to serve you better,
I had to follow had to keep good health.
I have to keep good health.
So, And today I had Chinese and Japanese prasadam.
Today I had Chinese and Japanese prasadam.
But there were no Chinese or Japanese cooking. There were no
There were no Chinese and Japanese cooking.
That was not the real thing.
It was not the real thing.
I want when I have the different ethnic menus,
When I have the different ethnic menus,
then the people from that place
then
should
the
cook.
then the people from that place can cook.
They can help with prasanatma.
They can help with the prasadam.
With prasanatma, my cook.
With Prasannatma, my cook.
So today we're going to recount, we're going to give a class of the Lord's 20-hour ecstatic manifestation.
Today we are going to give a class about the Lord's 20-hour ecstatic, 21 hours ecstatic manifestation.
Lord Gaurasundar, he recalls the past event
Lord Gaurasundar, he recalls the past event
of his Sanskrit teacher, Gangadas Pandit.
Gangadas Pandit.
Normally, Lord Chaitanya, he would behave as a devotee.
Normally, Lord Chaitanya, he would behave as a devotee,
even though he was an avatar of Lord Krishna.
Even though he was an avatar of Lord Krishna.
But this time, he showed everyone amongst his intimate circle.
This time he showed everyone amongst his intimate circle.
Also, mainly Advaita Acharya.
Also mainly Advaita Acharya.
Who had done a great sacrifice to bring him down from the spiritual world.
Who had done a great sacrifice to bring him down from the spiritual world.
He had fasted.
He had fasted.
He had worshipped the Saligram Shila.
He had worshipped the Saligram Shila.
With Ganges water and Tulsi Manjaris.
With Saligram Shila and Tulsi Manjaris.
He worshipped
the Saligram Shila with Ganges water and Tulsi Manjaris.
And then he loudly chanted.
And he loudly chanted,
Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!
He wanted to bring the Lord down.
He wanted to bring the Lord down.
He cried.
He cried.
He said, my name is Advaita. It means non-different.
He said,
my name has any value. I want to bring the Lord down.
So if my name has any value, I want to bring the Lord down.
I want him to give out his pure devotion.
I want him to give out his pure devotion.
I want him to give out his love of Krishna.
I want him to give out his love for Krishna.
So, Lord King said that the reason I came down was because of Advaita Acharya.
The Lord, he said that the reason he came down was because of Advaita Acharya.
He brought me.
He brought me.
So I wanted to show him that yes, I have come.
So I wanted to show him that yes, I have come.
So normally he would act as a devotee.
Normally he would act as a devotee.
But for 21 hours he acted as the Supreme Lord.
But for 21 hours he acted as the Supreme Lord.
So as such, he did some amazing things.
He did some amazing things.
See, in the Shastra it says there are 3 ways you can tell an incarnation of Godhead.
In the Shastra it says there are 3 ways you can tell an incarnation of Godhead.
One is that all incarnations are predicted in the Vedic literatures.
One is that all incarnations are predicted in the Vedic literatures.
Second is that they'll match up with the prediction.
The second is that they match up with the prediction.
And the third is they do things which ordinary people cannot do.
Third is they do things which ordinary people cannot do.
So, Shastras say that the Lord will come in Kali Yuga and preach the holy names.
Shastras say that the Lord will come in Kali Yuga and preach the holy names.
That he will be accompanied by his extensions, his energies, his devotees.
That he will be accompanied by his expansions, his energies, his devotees.
And those who are intelligent, they will follow him.
And those who are intelligent, they will follow him.
It's like all of you, you're very intelligent.
This is all of you, you're all very intelligent.
And 6 Goswamis, they're very intelligent.
And the 6 Goswamis, they are very intelligent.
Sanatana Goswami was a prime minister.
Sanatana Goswami was a prime minister.
Rupa Goswami was finance minister.
Rupa Goswami was finance minister.
Like that, everyone had some great qualities.
Like that, everyone had some great qualities.
Raghunath Das, he was a multi-millionaire.
Raghunath Das, he was a multi-millionaire.
They made 12 million gold coins a year.
They earned 12 million gold coins a year.
At that time, you could buy things, even like 1 pence was divided into 80 conch shells, little conch shells.
Even 1 pence was divided into 80 conch shells, little conch shells.
And even now, a gold coin is worth like $1,000.
Even now, a gold coin is worth $1,000.
1,200 or something, I forgot.
1,200 or something, I forget.
I'm not in the gold business.
I am not into gold business.
So, all these are very intelligent people, very qualified people.
So all these are very intelligent people, very qualified people.
And they understood that Lord Chaitanya was the most merciful avatar.
And they understood that Lord Chaitanya was the most merciful avatar.
So let's go ahead with the reading.
So let's go ahead with the reading.
He'll read in Bengali, I'll give a translation.
He will read in Bengali and I will do the translation.
অদ্বৈত আদি ভক্তগণের স্ব স্ব বৃত্তান্ত শ্রবণে আনন্দ। এই মতো অদ্বৈত আদি যতেক বৈষ্ণব সবারে দেখিয়া করায়নে অনুভব।
So, in this way, Advaita and all the assembled Vaishnavas
In this way, Advaita and all the assembled Vaishnavas
were reminded by the Lord of their previous experiences. So how does he know?
So how does he know?
Because he is the super soul in everyone's heart. He knows.
Because he is the super soul in everyone's heart, he knows.
আনন্দ সাগরে মগ্ন সব ভক্তগণ বসিয়া করেন প্রভু তাম্বুল ভোজন।
all the devotees were merged in the ocean of spiritual bliss.
Were merged in an ocean of spiritual bliss.
And the Lord sat down and ate betel nuts. So, Lord Chaitanya, in his manifestation as the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Lord Chaitanya, in his manifestation as the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
he ate betel nuts.
He ate betel nuts.
But normally he did not eat. Because there is slight intoxication.
Because there's slight intoxication.
And so, if someone takes betel nut,
so if someone takes betel nuts,
saying it's prasadam, they may become prakrita sahajas.
They may become prakrita sahajas.
Yes, their body gets agitated.
Because their body will get agitated.
And they'll think that they're very advanced. So the really advanced devotees, they avoid taking betel nuts. This is the version of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur.
This is the version of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada.
কোনো ভক্ত নাচে, কেহ করে সংকীর্তন, কেহ বলে জয় জয় শ্রী সচিনন্দন।
Some devotees danced. Some did sankirtan. Congregational chanting of the holy names. Someone said, Jai Jai Sri Sachinandana.
Jai Jai Sri Sachinandana.
Jai Jai Sri Sachinandana.
Jai Jai Sri Sachinandana.
All glories to Sri Sachinandana.
All glories to Sri Sachinandana.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
তথায় অনুপস্থিত ভক্তগণকে প্রভুর আহ্বান, তাহাদের নিকট নৈবেদ্য চাইয়া লইয়া ভক্ষণ ও তাহাদের পূর্ব বৃত্তান্ত বর্ণন। কদাচিৎ যে ভক্ত না থাকে সেই স্থানে, আজ্ঞা করি প্রভু তারে আনান আপনে।
If by chance a devotee was not present at that place, the Lord gave his order to bring that devotee there.
কিছু দাও খাই বলি পাতেন শ্রীহস্ত, যেই যাহা দেন তাহা খায়েন সমস্ত।
So the Lord extended his hand.
So the Lord extended his hand
and said, Give me something
to eat.
And then he ate whatever they gave.
He then ate whatever they gave.
We're reading in the Chaitanya Chandradaya Nataka,
We're reading how in the Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka,
some previous verse,
for some previous verse,
that 108 pots of Ganges water are given to him.
that 108 pots of Ganges water were given to him.
That's about, so each pot may hold like 2 kilos.
Each pot may hold about 2 liters.
So that's 216 liters.
That's about 216 liters.
And the Lord drank everything.
And the Lord drank up everything.
You know, we can't drink more than 2 liters.
We can't drink more than 2 liters.
So that's why the Lord is known as Yogeshwara.
That's why the Lord is known as Yogeshwara.
He is the Lord of all yogis.
He is the Lord of all yogis.
And he can perform amazing yoga feats.
And he can perform amazing yoga feats.
So, this Leela of taking everything, they have limited stomachs. We can only take so much. But he's unlimited. He can take anything.
So this Leela of taking, we can only take so much. But the Lord, he can take unlimited.
So then, next verse is saying this to Gangadas Pandit.
The next verse is saying this to Gangadas Pandit.
খাইয়া বলেন প্রভু তোর মনে আছে অমুক নিশায় আমি বসি তোর কাছে
After eating, the Lord said,
After eating, the Lord said,
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
One night,
I sat
by your side.
by your side.
বৌদ্ধরূপে তোর জ্বর করিলাম নাশ শুনিয়া বিহল হই পরে সেই দাস
In the form of a doctor,
In the form of a doctor,
I cured your fever.
I cured your fever.
Hearing this, the servant became overwhelmed
On hearing this, the servant became overwhelmed
and fell to the ground
and fell to the ground
because it was true.
because it was true.
গঙ্গাদাসের খেয়া ঘাটে বিপদ
The previous verse was told to one of his servants.
The previous verse was told to one of his servants.
This verse is to Gangadas.
This verse that we're going to read now is to Gangadas.
গঙ্গাদাসের খেয়া ঘাটে বিপদ ও মহাপ্রভু কর্তৃক বৃত্তান্ত বর্ণন গঙ্গাদাসে দেখি বলে তোর মনে জাগে রাজ ভয়ে পালাইস যবে নিশা ভাগে
So seeing Gangadas,
Seeing Gangadas,
the Lord said,
do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember
How one night
you were running away
you were running away
because of fear of the king?
because of fear of the king?
Early in the morning
Early in the morning
or in the night?
or in the night?
In the night.
In the night.
How one night you were running away out of fear of the king.
How one night you were running away out of fear of the king.
সর্ব পরিবারে শোনে আসিও খিয়া ঘাটে কোথাও নাহি কো নৌকা পরিলা সংকটে
with your whole family,
with your whole family,
you came to the boat, God, the boat, what do you say?
got it.
Boat,
Jetty.
jetty,
With your whole family, you came to the boat jetty,
and there was no boat.
and there is no boat.
So you're put into a fearful situation,
So you were put into a fearful situation
and you could not find any boat.
when you could not find any boat.
রাত্রি শেষ হইল তুমি নৌকা না পাইয়া কান্দিতে লাগিলা অতি দুঃখিত হইয়া।
When night came to an end,
When the night came to an end,
you could not find any boat.
you could not find any boat.
You became so distressed,
You became so distressed
you began to cry.
that you began to cry.
মোর আগে যবনে পরশিবে পরিবার গঙ্গা প্রবেশিতে মন হইল তোমার।
You feared
You feared
that the Yavanas,
that the Yavanas,
the king's soldiers,
the king's soldiers,
would mistreat your family,
would mistreat your family,
touching them, and
touching them.
so you
resolved
to enter the Ganges,
to enter the Ganges,
your decision was to enter the Ganges.
Your decision was to enter the Ganges.
তবে আমি নৌকা নিয়া খিয়ারির রূপে গঙ্গায় বাইরে যাই তোমারও সমীপে।
I came as a boatman,
I came as a boatman
and crossed the Ganges.
and crossed the Ganges,
I came before you as a boatman in a ferry.
as a boatman in a ferry.
তবে তুমি নৌকা দেখি সন্তোষ হইলা অতিশয় প্রীত করি কহিতে লাগিলা।
So when you saw the boat,
So when you saw the boat,
you were very pleased, very satisfied.
you were very pleased and satisfied.
So then, with great affection, you began to speak to me.
You began to speak to me.
আরে ভাই আমারে রাখো এইবার জাতি প্রাণ ধন দেও সকল তোমার।
Hare Bhai, oh brother,
Are bhai, oh brother,
save me this time.
save me this time.
My caste, my life, my wealth, and my body all belong to you.
My caste, my life, my wealth, and my body all belong to you.
রক্ষা করো পরিকর সঙ্গে করো পার আর এক টঙ্কা এক জোর বকশিস তোমার
Protect me.
Protect me.
Take me and my family
Take me and my family
across the Ganges.
across the Ganges.
One coin,
One coin,
1 rupee.
1 rupee,
I'll pay you.
I'll pay you
I give you 2 rupees
and give you 2 rupees
as a donation.
as a donation.
Bakshish. Heart drawer. He said that Tanga Sataka. And 2, Bakshish.
তবে তোমার সঙ্গে পরিকর করি পার তবে নিজ বৈকুণ্ঠে গেলাম আর বার
Then I took you and your family across the Ganges.
Then I took you and your family across the Ganges.
Then I went
And then I went
back to Vaikuntha.
back to Vaikunta.
শুনি ভাসে গঙ্গা দাস আনন্দ সাগরে হেন লীলা করে প্রভু গৌরাঙ্গ সুন্দরে
Hearing these words of Gaurasundar,
Hearing these words of Gaurasundar,
Gangadas Pandit was floating
Gangadas Pandit was floating
in an ocean of transcendental bliss.
in an ocean of transcendental bliss.
These pastimes were done
These pastimes were done
by Lord Gaurasundar.
by Lord Gaurasundar.
Gauranga.
Gauranga,
Gauranga.
Gauranga,
Gauranga.
Gauranga.
গঙ্গায় হইতে পার চিন্তিলে আমারে মনে পরে পর পার আমি করিল তোমারে
While crossing the Ganges,
While crossing the Ganges,
you thought of me.
you thought of me.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Now that I was me that took you across took you across.
That it was me who took you across?
শুনিয়া মূর্ছিত গঙ্গা দাস গড়ি যায় এই মতো কহে প্রভু অতি অমায়ায়
After hearing this,
Gangadas Pandit,
he felt unconscious
he
to the
felt
ground.
unconscious to the ground.
In this way,
The Lord
honestly narrated the activities of his devotees.
The Lord honestly narrated the activities of his devotees.
So the Lord, he narrated the previous activities of Gangadas Pandit.
He narrated the previous activities of Gangadas Pandit,
Were not known to any other devotees.
which were not known to any other devotees.
So he told Gangadas
So he told Gangadas
exactly what happened.
exactly what happened.
You took your family, you wanted to run away.
You took your family, you wanted to run away.
You feared that the Yavanas,
You feared that the Yavanas
would molest your family,
would molest your family.
and you wanted to take a boat.
You wanted to take a boat.
No boat.
There was no boat.
I came as a boatman.
I came as a boatman.
I brought you the boat.
I brought you the boat.
No one knows about this.
No one knows about
But I
this.
know.
But I know.
So on hearing this,
On hearing this,
Gangadas
Gangadas
realized that the Lord was omniscient.
realized that the Lord was omniscient.
He knew everything that was going on.
He knew everything that was going on.
So he knew everything that happens in this material world.
So he knew everything that happens in this material world.
Nothing is beyond his knowledge.
Nothing is beyond his knowledge.
So you may think that some danger happens, that this person or that person. Well,
Sometimes you may see some devotees in difficult situation.
you may fall in some
You
difficulty.
may fall in some difficulties, and you may see some devotees. It may be the Lord in
No, someone comes and helps you.
someone comes and helps you. It may be the Lord in disguise.
If he could come as a boatman,
If you could come as a boatman,
he can come as a taxi driver,
he can come as a taxi driver.
he can come anything.
He can come as anything.
There was one situation
There is one situation
where Jayadev,
where Jayadev,
he was thinking
he was thinking
that he would write something in his book
that he would write something in his book
that Krishna,
that Krishna,
he humbled himself before Radharani.
that Krishna, he humbled himself before Radharani.
But he hesitated to write that.
But he hesitated to write that.
So he went to the Ganges to take a bath.
So he went to the Ganges to take a bath.
Soon after that,
Soon after that,
Jayadev Goswami,
Jayadeva Goswami,
he came back to his house.
he came back to his house.
He wrote something in the book,
He wrote something in the book,
and then he left.
and then he left
After eating.
after eating.
And then, so the wife was following the custom that she won't eat until after her husband eats.
So the wife, she was following the custom that she won't eat until after the husband eats.
She was eating.
She was eating.
Then Jayadev came back from the Ganges.
Then Jayadev came back from the Ganges.
I said, why are you eating?
So why are you eating?
I already fed you.
I already fed you.
No, I just came back now.
I just came back now.
She described, he came back, he wrote something in the book,
She described, you came back and you wrote something in the book.
and they looked in the book, and then the line that he was hesitating to write
Then he looked in the book, and the line that he was hesitating to write
was written.
was written.
And then he realized
Then he realized
that Krishna himself came,
that Krishna himself came,
disguised as him.
disguised as him.
And then he glorified his wife, that you fed the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Then he told his wife, you fed the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So you never know.
So you never know.
Krishna can come anyway.
Krishna can come anyway.
So this is the end of the chapter.
So this is the end of the chapter.
entitled The Lord recounts the past event of Gangadas Pandit.
The Lord recounts the past event of Gangadas Pandit.
Under the section of 21-hour ecstasy.
Under section 21-hour ecstasy.
Are there any questions?
Are there any questions?
Time is up.
B. Questions.
What time is it?
Time is 9:15.
Oh.
Any questions?
Japanese, yes.
Any questions by a Japanese guest? No questions. Any questions? She has a question. Write it.
Insects are coming inside. Insects are coming. You can write down. You want a paper? Write down and read. Insects going.
They're writing down.
You want a paper?
At the end, he'll go out and take any offerings, like fruits.
At the end, I'll take any offerings and fruits. Somebody should be from outside and give the person. Tomorrow they are arranging a speaker inside. So from outside they can ask a question.
Pen you want?
So there's different kinds of yoga.
So there are different kinds of yoga.
The yoga of knowledge,
The yoga of
jnana yoga,
The yoga of knowledge or jnana yoga,
which one studies and controls the mind by studying the scriptures.
when one studies and controls the mind by studying the scriptures,
And then one can merge into the Brahman effulgence.
then one can merge into the Brahman effulgence.
And there's the yoga of Ashtanga yoga,
Then there is Ashtanga yoga,
which has various asanas and meditations.
which has various asanas and meditation.
One achieves perfection in that yoga,
When one achieves perfection in that yoga,
they can get mystic powers.
they can get mystic powers.
They can realize the super soul in the heart.
They can realize the super soul in the heart.
And then there's Bhakti Yoga,
That's called Bhakti Yoga,
where one gives their all complete self and different practices of devotional service.
where one gives one's complete self in different practices of devotional service.
And by that, one can get the complete realization
From that, one can get complete realization.
that is considered the highest of all yogas,
That is considered the highest of all yogas,
because it directly connects one to the Lord of yoga.
because it directly connects one to the Lord of yoga.
Normally, it's very difficult to achieve.
Normally, it is very difficult to achieve.
Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda,
Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda,
they give out this yoga,
they give out this yoga,
Bhakti Yoga,
Bhakti Yoga,
freely.
freely.
In fact, in Shantipur,
In fact, in Shantipur,
there's a place we go every year
there is a place we go every year
on the Dwadashi,
on the
before
Dwadashi
Gaur Purnima.
before Gaura Purnima.
And there, Lord Chaitanya said,
And there Lord Chaitanya said,
whoever at this place, on this titi, takes prasadam,
whoever at this place on this tithi takes prasadam,
he got pure devotion for Govinda,
he gets pure devotion for Govinda,
he or she.
he or she.
So what the satellite of that temple of Advaita,
The Sevite of the temple of Advaita,
he asked me,
he asked me,
is there any other place
is there any other place
to get perfection?
where you can get perfection
Just the eating.
just by eating?
So he convinced me
So he convinced me
to organize
to organize
a mass feeding there.
mass feeding there.
And now we feed 30 to 50,000 people every year.
Now we feed 30,000 to 50,000 people every year.
So some questions come up.
Pardon? Yeah. So this is from Japanese devotees. You said that God may come to help us in difficulty. We should always be thinking of Him. How can we notice and recognize Him?
It may be difficult,
It may be difficult,
just like this Gangadas.
just like Gangadas.
He thought this was a boatman.
He thought this was a boatman,
The Lord came disguised as a boatman
but the Lord came disguised as a boatman
to help his devotee.
to help his devotee.
So he didn't recognize that
So he didn't recognize that
until Lord Chaitanya told him,
until Lord Chaitanya told him,
this happened to you,
this happened to you,
and I came as a boatman.
and I came as a boatman.
No one knew about him and his family,
No one knew but him and his family,
and how he was crying, and how he was so distressed.
and how he was crying, how he was so distressed.
No one knew.
No one knew.
So when Lord Chaitanya told him,
So when Lord Chaitanya told him,
he knew
that
that only the Lord can know this because he's omniscient.
because only the Lord can know. Can I ask a question from yesterday's
Remember,
Can I ask a question from yesterday's class? When Srivas was about to leave his body, you said a divine personality entered and that he was saved. Then Narada Muni entered him. Does it mean Narada Muni entered Srivas's body then?
no,
Your useless daughter Rasamai Devidasi.
who?
Rasamai Devidasi.
Rasamai. The Lord saved the Shivas.
The Lord saved Srivas.
He said that maybe the Shakti of Narada Muni
That one may be the Shakti of Narada Muni
that blessed you,
that blessed you.
meaning that actually Shivas
Meaning that actually Srivas
is an incarnation of Narada Muni.
is an incarnation of Narada Muni.
So therefore, even though he was not so devotional in this Leela,
So although he was not
so devotional in,
so devotional in this Leela,
his youth,
in his youth,
the Lord came and saved him.
the Lord came and saved him.
So he said something which only a devotee can understand.
So he said something which only a devotee always remember Krishna. When I chant by voice, sometimes mind is going elsewhere. But when I chant in my mind, I'm always fully concentrated.
there's three types of chanting.
There are three types of chanting:
Mental chanting, mental
mental chanting,
soft chanting,
soft chanting,
loud chanting.
loud chanting.
So, Narad Muni, Haridas Thakur,
Haridas Thakur,
he was asked by one lady,
he was asked by one lady,
is it mental chanting higher
is mental chanting higher?
because it's more subtle,
Because more of a struggle,
it's more subtle.
subtle, sorry.
So, Haridas Thakur said that loud chanting is 100 times more powerful
Haridas Thakur said, loud chanting is 100 times more powerful
because you liberate plants, insects, people, you chant.
if you are keeping track.
But if you chant softly, it's better, and loudly, it's 100 times better.
So if you chant softly, it is better, and if you chant loudly, it is 100 times better. Okay.
So, how many on Ayurvedic?
How many? Facebook 256.
256 on Facebook. How many on Ayurvedic?
They have not started yet on Mayapur TV. The broadcast has not
I
started.
did last night.
Last night they did.
Night before.
Night before, yeah. The arrival night.
2000. So, thank you all very much.
So thank you all very much.
Hi, Bhal.
Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Thank you.